Hey guys, sorry I haven't done a review in a while. I've just really been feeling kind of bad about something these past couple weeks, and I've just not been in the mood to do a video. And my last one only got like 3 views, so I was kind of discouraged there for some reason. But I have a book review. It's a book I just got reading not an hour ago. I'm going to get started. The book is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is the book right here. This is a Barnes & Noble classic. You can find this in any Barnes or Noble. The font isn't terribly small. But there's a lot of introduction notes in these books, and that's what I hate about these Barnes & Noble classics. Like there's, so many pages that are taken up before the actual novel starts. Then we have the author's introduction, then the preface. Okay, hold on. It's coming. Now here's chapter 1. So the preface, look how much is taken up already, and we haven't even started the novel itself yet. The preface of the book, well, first of all, before I even get started on the book, if you've seen the original Universal Monster classic, like the one with Boris Karloff, and that's the only Frankenstein movie that you've ever seen, the book and the movie, it's kind of like The Shining. They took the basic idea of Frankenstein and they turned it into the movie. The biggest differences between that movie and the book, names were changed, and the monster can talk in the book, but he was able to talk in the second movie, so that's not a terrible thing. And the biggest thing is there's no electricity in the book. The book starts out, the preface is basically a build-up of this. It's kind of character development of this captain on a vessel, and this vessel gets trapped in ice. And while they're trapped in the ice, they discover this man floating in the water, and he's almost dead. And he turns out to be Victor Frankenstein, and it's not Henry Frankenstein as it is in the movie. It's Victor Frankenstein. And he decides to tell this captain his story about how he got there. So he tells the story about how he went to college. He, was getting good grades, but he felt that he wasn't learning what he wanted to learn. So he drops out of college, and he starts experimenting with life and death, and he starts stealing body organs, and he starts reviving dead animals, and then pretty soon he builds his man. And when the way it comes to life in the book, she describes it as Victor Frankenstein is just leaning over the body, just leaning there, and the monster comes to life. So you're kind of wondering if it was some sort of black magic, or some kind of weird, devil thing. She left it completely vague. But right from the beginning, Victor is disappointed and sad and afraid of his monster. It's not like the movie where he's glad of his creation. He hates it the minute it comes to life. So he runs away. And now the rest of the book kind of takes place in 2 parts. The first part is Victor's journey back to his home, where Elizabeth, his fiancée, is waiting for him and his family. Him and his fiancée end up getting married and lives happily ever after, so he thinks. Second part is of the monster's journey. Now the monster starts out from rags, has nothing, and he finds clothes, and people are afraid of him and hate him because of the way he looks. And he wants to get revenge on his creator. So he ends up finding his way back to Victor, and he wants to punish him. So he starts killing off some family members. And the monster is smart in the book. He's not a dumb idiot who can't talk. He is actually smart. And he just very cleverly, slowly tortures Victor until there's this big showdown at the end. The book is written as a lesson of it. Like, it is kind of scary, but it's like, this is what will happen if you defy God. You know, this is what could happen. And the Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein, if you've seen those two movies, they both have elements from that book. They both take elements from that book. The book was amazing. This is the first time I've read the actual book. I have read a kid's illustrated edition, and it takes almost all the good parts out of the book. It's a very gruesome book. It was published in 1818, anonymously at first. Then it was republished in 1831, and it was edited to Mary Shelley's liking. And that's the book that we have today. And, you know, so this book has been around for almost 200 years. And I compare this book to Dracula a lot, because they were both written in the same century. This was 1818, and I believe Dracula was like 1897. I mean, it was like an 80-year difference, but still. It's nothing like Dracula. I didn't like the way Dracula was written with the letters and the diary entries. This is written as an actual, like, book, so I liked that. But, yeah, guys, if you've never read Frankenstein, it's a great classic novel that isn't boring. The preface is boring. I mean, I didn't read the preface, but when I was done with the book, I eventually went back and did read it because I felt kind of guilty for not reading it. But yeah, that's Frankenstein. It's a good book. Very dark, and it makes you depressed sometimes. It's a very dark book and a sad story. But yeah, guys, check out Frankenstein, and I'll see you guys later.